get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Denise Tan. The men's and women's national basketball teams just held a joint practice, much to the delight of fans. Here's the story.
Janine Pontejos. Nagbabalik, Calvin Abova. Sapa, Terence Romeo.
In one of the rarest moments in Philippine basketball, Gilas Pilipinas' men's and women's team were in one practice for the Asian Games. The session at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig was made extra special as it was open to the public.
And we're doing this for you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. Go!
The teams didn't face each other, but they simultaneously held drills and shooting routines on opposing sides of the floor. Fans, meanwhile, got the most out of it as they were able to see their national team idols up close. Like one fan who even skipped work to watch the training.
Nakalib po ako para sa Gilas. Tignan po natin kung may babalik po nila yung dati nilang laro. Pero naniniwala po kami, kaya po ni Calvin tsaka ni Terence.
Another spectator watched not just for the players but for the coaches as well, having been a coach himself. He believes the joint session will help both sides in their respective campaigns.
Malaking boost yun sa moral nila. Lalo na yung women's ngayon, magandang campaign natin. Sana magtuloy-tuloy yung campaign natin, umabot sa World Cup or Olympic.
Some female cagers also showed up to support Gilas women, like Erica, who looks up to ace April Bernardino.
Shooting guard ako. Pwede rin po ako makakuha sa kanila ng insight sa laro, ganon, yung mindset po nila or attitude nila sa pagdating po sa games.
Men's team coach Tim Cohn says the joint practice is a way to impart togetherness within the national team players.
Doing things like this and being around the fans and knowing the women's team, if we start realizing it's all bigger than us. And I think players, you motivate yourself when you realize you're doing something more than just for yourself. You have bigger, stronger motivation. So hopefully our guys realize that.
Both teams have just over a week to prepare for the Asian Games in Hangzhou, China. The women's team is grouped with Hong Kong, Japan, and Kazakhstan in the initial stage, while the men's team will take on Bahrain, Jordan, and Thailand in the group stages.
Gilas Pilipinas will play a tune-up game with South Korean squad Changwon LG Sakers next week. Coach Tim Cohn is inviting everyone to watch as the game will be open for free at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. This is one of two friendlies scheduled for Gilas as part of their build-up for the Asian. Apart from Changwon, the national team will also play a PBA team, though there's no word yet on which one exactly. The Gilas Changwon game is happening on September 22. Meantime, Cohn also assured that the players present during the last few practices will make up the final 12-man roster for the games. Stanley Pringle, the 13th man, is there as a reserve in case of last-minute unavailabilities.
This is our 12. Stanley is our 13th in case something happens. Other than that, the 12 we have, Perk and Calvin and all these guys, they're the 12.
One of the notable absences in Gilas' lineup for the Asian Games is CJ Perez. Coach Tim Cohn said Perez will not be a part of the team after the guard flew overseas following the FIBA World Cup. Cohn explained that they tried contacting Perez as they were assembling the team for the Asian, but he has already gone abroad. While Perez had told Coach that he wants to play, he's going to miss a lot of practice time. Cohn said Perez will come home on September 18 or 19, a few days before Gilas flies to Hangzhou. A bit too late, that's why the coaching staff decided to go without him, at least for the China Asian. Thomas Robinson finally gets his PBA stint. The former NBA player will suit up for the NLEX Road Warriors for the season-opening Commissioner's Cup. Robinson was supposed to play for the San Miguel Beermen in the 2022-2023 Commissioner's Cup but was later replaced due to a back injury. Since then, the 5th overall pick of the 2012 NBA Draft has had stints with a few teams in Puerto Rico. The 32-year-old Robinson will arrive in the country at the end of the month. Former NCAA player John Amores says he does not want a repeat of his in-game meltdown if drafted into the PBA. Amores is one of the 100-plus applicants for the PBA draft slated on September 17. He calls a PBA slot as his last chance at a fruitful basketball career. In an interview with Sa Totoo Lang on 1PH, Amores revealed he underwent an anger management intervention as well as a class on sports psychology. He said he still gets riled up in games, but at least for now, he knows his limits. Back in November, Amores was the central figure in a brawl between his former team, JRU Heavy Bombers, and the College of St. Benilde Blazers.
Ito na po yung pinaka-last chance ko. Hindi na pwedeng mangyari ulit sa akin, lalo na sa PBA kung mapipikman ako. Hindi po ako nagpapaka-plastic dito na dumadating pa rin po sa time na umiinit pa rin po yung ulo ko. Pero hindi na po ganun, katulad ng dati. Kung ano man ang sabihin nila, kung imbas nila ako, wala na akong magagawa din. Pero ako, para sa akin, masaya naman po ako sa ginagawa ko. And sana, maging masaya sila sa ginagawa din nila.
We're taking a time out. The game on One News Now will return after a quick break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Denise Stan. Thanks for joining us. 3 Real Madrid youth players have been arrested for allegedly distributing a sexual video featuring a minor. The adult players were later released following a court decision and after data from their phone were seized. The case stemmed from a complaint filed by the mother of a 16-year-old girl in the Canary Islands. While the relations were consensual, the recording of the video in June was not. 2 of the 3 arrested played for the third team while the other one is a reserve player. A 4th player is also being investigated. Unions representing players of the Spanish Women's Football League have called off their strike after reaching an agreement on minimum wages. The players went on strike at the start of the month after failing to reach an agreement with Liga F on better conditions and pay. But the new deal signed by officials of Spain's top women's football league and its players is good for the next 3 seasons. It guarantees a minimum salary of 21,000 euros per year for the current season. It could rise to 23,000 euros depending on the growth of commercial income. This minimum pay will increase to up to 23,500 and 28,000 euros in the final season of agreement. China's first ever driver in the Formula 1, Zhou Guanyu, stays with his team Alfa Romeo. He will remain as part of the Swiss-based team lineup next season alongside Finnish Valtteri Bottas. The 21-year-old Zhou made his debut with Alfa Romeo last season. His contract extension should finally give him a chance to race in front of his home fans. The Chinese Grand Prix is scheduled for April 21 after a 5-year break due to the pandemic. Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.